Hello and welcome to Enterprise Morning on Enterprise Television, and thank you for joining us as we bring you key stories shaping Nigeria today. We will begin with a brief review of the newspaper headlines and move into our main discussion for the day. So you can join the conversation by liking, following us on all our social media platforms at Enterprise TV7. You can as well share. Thank you. I am Kende Bodering.
And I am Henry Igwebike.
So joining us this morning is Innocent Adoluba. He is a journalist and a public affairs analyst, and he will be sharing expert insight on the issues we have before us. Welcome.
Good morning to you, Innocent.
Innocent.
Good morning.
Thank you. Thank you so very much for your time. So I would love us to start today's conversation with the Vanguard newspaper, and we have the big story. Electoral Act, row decision as Senate okays conditional aid transmission of results.
Okay, on the top strip we have Nigeria spent 3.53 trillion naira importing raw materials locally available.
And also Nigeria drops 2 places, ranks 142 out of 182 countries in TI corruption index. I guess they should be clapping for themselves. Like there are countries that exist in the world without having their names here, obviously. So why would we be happy that we just dropped 2 places?
We cannot. We cannot. Right. So still on the top strip we have court bars Osun local government funds utilization pending end of trial.
All right, it's becoming a very sad, sorry situation here. CDS seeks urgent police and civil defense overhaul as military wants of capacity limit because it's becoming too much for them to carry. Nigeria's burden is too much for the military, and they're asking the Nigerian police to retrofit and get themselves together to solve their own problems and leave them with their own.
Yes, still there we have Rivers crisis. Wike commits to peace, launch Tinubu's intervention.
All right, but let's get to our talking point. Innocent, did you see the viral video of course, it made the headline here, the picture we have here, the protests continue as a National Assembly. Did you see the viral video of Chibika Amechi bringing forth his son and saying he's a medical doctor and he's here to protest, but most importantly, he's here to treat Nigerians who get injured in the course of the protest? What's your take on this? Is it same story from our politicians and masquerading themselves? What's your take?
Thank you for having me on. There are 3 levels of political culture. You have the parochial political culture, subjective political culture, and participants political culture. The fact that Nigerians can come out to protest a policy, not fuel, as we are used to, tells much that the political culture, the consciousness among the electorate is rising. That level of dormancy that we used to have is now, we're on a rise, and this is activated by the same medium that is the topic of contention: social media, technology. And I think so far it's a no victor, no vanquished situation, because the what has been achieved now is a conditional e-transmission, because what the Senate has passed is they have not made real-time upload mandatory, Henry.
Yes.
And that window still leaves a loophole. If you check very well, results from INEC on the viewing portal IReV, real-time is what can deliver, to some extent, credible elections. So some of the senators who pulled that motion with the chief whip,
Innocent,
I think they have done some.
A bit. Can you hear me? Just to interject you, because that's actually our talking point on the main conversation. So we wouldn't want to exhaust your insight on that for now, just before we get into that. But I would love you to take other matters if you may. And let's talk about Nigeria's dropping 2 places, ranked 142 amongst the countries that are very corrupt.
Please, can you say that again?
Yeah, so Nigeria is making big gains. We just dropped 2% or two places amongst countries that are very corrupt in the world.
Well, that is a very high speed made by a snail. You know, and you know it's difficult for the snail to overtake anybody. At a time like this, moving two places is a shame, except that the political jobbers and sycophants will run to town with exaggerated propaganda. You would think we leaped 20 places instead of 2. It now tells you that the government, the elites, the political class, if you look at the budget for this year, are the consumers of the country's economy. They are those holding back the wheels of commerce and development. We would like to move, so moving to places is better than moving backward. But it is still lamentable, Harry.
Very lamentable, really. So let's take a look at other stories.
Okay, so let's look at Vanguard. We have on Vanguard Nigeria spent 3.53 trillion naira importing raw materials locally available. So, Mr. Innocent, what's your take on that?
Did you mention raw material?
Yes, raw materials.
Importing more raw materials that we have locally.
Yeah.
I can tell you, I'm at the Lekki Deep port right now.
Okay.
You look at large stones. You know what I'm saying? Stones from quarry are piled here for export. And when I asked, I'm told that they are for marbles. They will export them, do marbles and tile, import them and sell again. And I'm wondering, can the government not have a policy for such exporters or for importers rather, to companies here? You know, a lot of things, raw materials that you mentioned, are the cause of why Nigeria is where it is. We export raw crude, raw maize, raw sugarcane, raw everything, and then buy them processed and manufactured. So it doesn't help. It doesn't help the country, Henry.
Really, it doesn't help the country, and one would wonder why we would do that. Other countries would love to, seek policies. President Bola Tinubu was talking about the renewed hope agenda and asking the governors to ensure that the renewed hope agenda reaches the lives of Nigerians. And my big question is, why can't the renewed hope agenda be plant industries and companies here that will take good use of our raw materials?
And it will even help employment.
That is the renewed hope agenda Nigerians should be asking for or need, and not rhetoric of telling the governors to do that. But Innocent, I'd love you to take on that matter. President Bola Tinubu telling governors just a couple of minutes back that they should allow his renewed hope agenda to reach the lives of Nigerians. Do you see that as a rhetoric?
Please say again, please.
Yes. So President Bola Tinubu told governors to allow his renewed hope agenda to reach the lives of indigents in their various states. The question is, what is the renewed hope agenda exactly? Is it the rhetoric of saying it, or Nigerians living good life and a better citizenship?
Your position is cloudy. I'm struggling to hear you very clearly.
Okay, but
I think you can take one more time, please.
Yes, I said, what's your take on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu telling governors to allow his renewed hope agenda policies to reach the lives of indigenes, Nigerian citizens in their various states?
Yeah, I think it's clear now.
Okay.
So, this is my position on it. are the items on the renewal agenda? It's not about a bogus name. What are the items on the renewed hope agenda? In what way are these people impediments to the renewed hope agenda getting down to the grassroots? So if we know what and how they impede, we will know how to clear the road. Who are those not letting what are the renewed hope agenda? What are the vehicles to carry this renewed hope agenda to the grassroots? What are the impediments holding back these vehicles from getting down to the grassroots? How do we clear or tackle these hindrances for the renewed hope agenda to get to the grassroots so that we can speak clear English, Henry? Because what we have now is not started by the APC. The PDP did it. Is that the government distributes money to members of the National Assembly who should have no such business in developed countries. You give them money and ask them to carry out constituency projects. They go back to where they are from, get a list of those who are sympathizers to their aspiration, those who supported this government, buy the bus they call Korope, dispatch bikes, generators, refrigerators, millers and grinders, and bring a list. They invite the press and then distribute this to their loyalists and say they are carrying out empowerment. So I would like to know what are the items on the renewed hope agenda. Who are the people to carry them out? How are they not carrying it out? So we can start tackling it from there.
I think listening to Mr. Innocent, I think it's actually right, because if you're telling us that okay, you've met with the governors and you've told them you've implemented this policy of okay, try to empower the Nigerians. At least we want to see those things. Even if it's just like you said, even if it's a grinder, it would be like a what's this sewing machine.
Yeah.
Let's just know. So at least so our citizens, Nigerians, we have this mind of assurance that okay, this is what we want from the government, and the government is even meeting our needs. So we are not asking for too much at all. Even if you don't want to give us money in cash, at least give us something that we can always lay our hands on and say no, our government really tried. And even if we go out there, we'll be so proud of not just ourselves but our government. Okay, thank you so much, sir, for that. And let me put this to you. What's still on the raw materials? There is this particular question. Okay, now I want to ask this: is Nigeria over dependent on imports? Because I just want us to evaluate the structural weaknesses of this. So is Nigeria over dependent on imports? Are you there?
Innocent, are you there? Well, let's just hope that he reconnects back. I guess we have a little glitch there, you know. But going to your question, is Nigeria over dependent on
the imports,
on raw materials?
Yeah.
Dependent on raw materials. Yes. So I think it's a two-edged sword. Yes, we need raw materials. At the same time, we do not need raw materials.
Okay.
Every country needs a bit of raw materials. United States of America needs raw materials, and that's why they are conquering countries. China needs raw materials, right, which they need to manufacture everything the world needs, right? But where we have a problem is, as much as we bring in raw materials to the country, how much of that raw material affects the GDP, affects the lives of Nigerians? Are those raw materials meant to give more jobs to Nigerians? Are those raw materials meant to be used in one way or another? That's when invested into the economy. Are they going to help the economy of the country, or it's just meant for a few pockets of people? You see, the problem is the kind of politics we play in Nigeria is a one-man centered politics, where a leader thinks that everything revolves around him. It's only in Nigeria you would see politicians that would say when they sleep, their community is sleeping. When they wake, their community is awake. Which means they are saying that the community, their society, their constituency cannot survive without them. That is what it means. And
Wow.
I do not know if such a country or such a society can see itself leap beyond the place it has found itself. I do not think so.
I don't think so, because, and you know, I feel that Nigerians, I won't say we are, you know, we are dependent on our leaders,
Yes.
but it's just that we have this so much expectations. Right, I could remember during the elections in 2023, we were all, after when our current president, President Bola Tinubu, when he was trying to, you know, contest with other parties, candidates rather. Thank you. So we like, we're hoping that, okay, this new hope agenda, right, would really benefit everyone and all of that, and we're just hoping, expectations and all of that. Not until when we got the result, or President Tinubu is our president, and after that we started seeing.
Is gone.
Do you understand?
Yes.
The thing said, it was as if, that I said our last episode, I was like, Nigeria is just like a movie. You just keep watching, no suspense, nothing. It's just going like this. So you already know what will happen. So what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that if we keep expecting, we might not really get the result we want.
Yes.
Right? We should just lie. I won't say we should just lie low, but we should just keep hoping, praying, and also working.
Yeah.
You know, working. See what happened like yesterday during the transmission issue about the you see the protest. There's this TikToker. The guy was the one leading, and people were commenting that but what did you say?
Randy Peters.
Yes, VDM would have done this too. You know,
Yeah.
Nigerians just keep dragging Nigerians. Yeah. I like the fact that we are at the forefront, you know, protesting and all of that. But then, would this change it?
Well, we hope it would. We hope it would. And just to let us know that Innocent might be here, you know, to take us on our main conversation when we return. Lawmakers backtrack on real-time election results upload in control of virtual state. In the Beat Enterprise morning aids, don't go anywhere.
We'll be right back.